Several attacks have been raised recently against early marriage in Islam, which clearly result from ignoring facts about pre-modern society and Islam, or intentionally concealing them. One such claim is that Islam's age of consent was relatively low in history. Early procreation was a necessity for human survival. Lifespan ranged from 20 to 30 years due to high death rates.
سيد الكونين والثقلين محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق
Even until the 18th century, 8 children were still needed by each fertile wife just to maintain the population. أوذيت في الله لم تهزم ولم تهيني حتى غادت أمة الإسلام في النجوم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا. Also, sexual attraction accompanies puberty, which genetically ranges from ages 7 to 13 in women. So whether one believes this instinct resulted from evolution or part of God's plan, procreation after puberty in history is natural and acceptable. According to the Journal of Psychology and Human Sexuality, the age of consent throughout history usually coincided with the age of puberty, with the absolute minimum at 7. Both that journal and Encyclopedia Britannica state that the age of consent laws were passed from Roman law to the Church to English common law, which states, between 7 years in puberty there could be consent but not consummation until puberty, with no parental consent required from the age of 12. This was confirmed in 1877 by the U.S. Supreme Court. Even today, 6 states and the District of Columbia allow this common law marriage, and such marriages are then constitutionally recognized in all 50 states. Marriage as early as 7, which was considered the age of reason, or directly after puberty, was the norm for the vast majority of all human society even until the 19th century. 1300 years earlier, Islam's minimum of 9 was 2 years higher and also added the protection of requiring parental consent even after age 12. As a result, not only was Islam's age of consent higher than all pre-modern law, it also added the protection of requiring parental consent after age 12. The second claim is that Islam allowed marriage at puberty in pre-modern times, which caused psychological harm because puberty was too young to give informed consent. The fact is that even until the 18th century, reaching puberty meant becoming an adult in terms of maturity, behavior, and responsibility. As stated in the Journal of Social History, Online Etymology Dictionary, Journal of Marriage and the Family, and numerous academic references. Children face the daily struggle for physical and economic survival, and while this type of environmental stress actually causes puberty at a younger age, it's proven to have also speeded psychological maturity. This maturity helped in coping with the responsibilities of early marriage and childbearing.
В смисъл на как се почувства толкова рано да родиш, все пак си още малка?
Ами да, старото и нещо вече.
И какво ти беше отношението? В смисъл, ти си отговорен човек, що не си предложил брака?
Да, аз си взимам вината. Знам, че съм виновен и си взимам вината.
Но не се ли притесняваш, че е много млада за теб?
Да ви кажа, притеснявам съм, какво да направили по тази граница?
Какви са ти плановете за бъдеще?
Не искам други деца, едното добре.
These responsibilities were indeed valued by society, including the most important founding father of the United States, Benjamin Franklin. It was only in the industrial mid-18th century that psychological maturity started to delay, due to side effects that are proven to delay maturity, such as increasing comforts of life, diminished parental guidance, and that children remain children longer to complete their education. It's therefore ridiculous to demand late marriage in pre-modern society on the pretense of psychological harm, as it would have wiped out the human race for reasons that only arise for immature adolescents today. Since psychological maturity and adulthood were reached at puberty in pre-modern times, it's also naive to slander early marriage in history as child sexual abuse, the engagement of a child in sexual activities which the child is unprepared for developmentally and can't give informed consent, or pedophilia, the sexual attraction towards prepubescent children. As a result, early procreation was psychologically appropriate and even a valued benefit to society.
A full white moon shone down upon the land, rising from the valley between hills of sand. Being grateful to Allah was the Prophet's demand, spreading peace through the streets of Medina. Madinatun Nabi, Madinatun Nabi, the city of the Prophet is like home to